I don't know. Just it's just not healthy to have that relationship though go south. And for you being in early recovery, like we need all the help we can get. We need all the backers and
right.
And with all the things that are going on in the world, it's so easy to get caught up, and it's like, who knows what's going to happen tomorrow that's going to have other people up in arms. It's first it's COVID, and then it's the Black Lives Matter, and then there's the rioting and people and the police, and then it's now the flag is part of all that. So then they get the flag going, and now the governor comes out and is like, if you don't wear a mask, you're going to be fined. And it's just like, okay, what am I up? And then if she gets back on vaping again, then I'll jump back on board, and then I'll be in it. But
right, and that's the thing, Corey. It's when certain facets of whatever is being passed around starts affecting individual lives, which of course the whole mask thing is. And you know what? I'm not for it. I'm not against it. I will do it. If it makes somebody else feel more at comfort, fine. I'll go along with it. But what I'm coming down to is, okay, there's this. Well, what's next? That we just throw our hands up. We just throw our hands up and say, okay, well, it's for quote unquote propaganda-filled term of the greater good. No, this is ridiculous rubbish that's being pumped up people's rear ends without even questioning it. And the only thing I try to do, Corey, and even in recovery, is put down information, regardless if you agree with it or not, come to your own conclusion, but at least it's there for you to see. It doesn't try to swing one way or the other. It's just there so you can come up to your own conclusion. At least you have the information. You don't like it? Well, okay, fine. But, the whole thing, just dealing with people, and dealing with yourself, especially in recovery, trying to realize that, hey, I can't control other people. I don't want to control other people. That's not my job. But it's like I said, a lot of this is a very slippery slope because, it's first, we're mandated to wear a mask. Okay. Well, now we're mandated to wear a mask. Guess what? You're mandated to be only two people may gather anywhere unless you have written permission from your psychiatrist or doctor. Oh, okay. And then put your hands up with that. And it's just implementing small steps until you get to the point where you're like, holy crap, I'm living under a socialist government that is about to turn communist. So, sorry, dude, I went there, bro. I didn't mean to. Anyway, Recovery 217 in the house.
Yeah. And yeah, exactly what Rob said. Go to treatment. Go to treatment and use 217 Recovery as your transportation service. Thank you.
Right. Stick together. Love one another. That's how we're going to get through all of this together. Mm-hmm. Together, man. We're stronger in numbers than we are by ourselves in recovery and any other thing, any other facet in life. We're stronger when we stand together and can share experiences in recovery and in life that we can all relate to.
That's the truth. And you said something before we started rolling and recording on this podcast, and I thought it was a really good slogan for 217 Recovery Rides. And that was, use 217 Recovery. It could be your last ride to treatment. And I think about it, and it doesn't sound right. It kind of sounds like they're going to die.
I know, dude, and that's kind of what we were like, hey, you could go both ways with this. Like, hey, it's my last journey to rehab because, you know what, it can be my last one where I embrace recovery and move forward with my life. Or it can be the last one where, unfortunately, I don't make it back for another chance.
Yeah, we'll probably have to work on that slogan.
Yeah, you know what? I'll spitball it a little bit and see if I can maybe come up with something that may be a little bit more catchy. I'll throw you a couple ideas.
All right. And and you noticed that too. And you donated. Thanks, Rob, for your donation to 217 Recovery. We became a 501c3 back in May, and so I've been waiting forever for like Facebook to get us on there, so we can, like, if you have a birthday, you can use 217 Recovery and raise money for us. And it finally was on there, so I was like, oh my gosh, it's on there. And then somehow, like, I got onto Amazon, because you go to smile.amazon.com, and you can, when you buy your stuff from Amazon, they give 1 or a half a penny for every dollar. It's really small, but you know what? It's better than nothing. And
dude,
so
that stuff adds up, bro. That stuff adds up, and I wish I would have known this about 3 weeks ago, because between me and my roommate, and no, I am not bragging in any way, shape, or form, but we have spent a hell of a lot of money on Amazon. I wish I would have known this a couple of weeks ago, dude.
Yeah. Well, we just got it like last week, but you can. It's only been 3 weeks, so you can return everything, Rob, in your house, and then reorder it. And we can work it out with Amazon and say, I'm not sending it back until I get the new one, and then when it comes, just send the new one back, and then say it's the old one. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, you know how many man hours I put into constructing all of this stuff, dude? Holy moly,
you don't have to touch anything. You just need to order it again. You need to send it back, and tell them to send you a new one under this new code. It'll get us like $3, Rob. No, it'll probably get us like 30 cents. But you know what? It does add up, though. And I thought it was cool that, that we're up there now. And so I was sharing that on Facebook, and then it was like, oh, donation button. I'm like, oh, next thing I know, I created a fundraiser donation on Facebook, and I didn't mean to. And I'm like, oh, no. But, then a couple people gave to it. You gave to it. So I really appreciate that. A friend of mine, Mona, she gave to it. And I was like, oh, well, there's a couple people at least that, are doing it. And it doesn't really say anything about, hey, this is what it is. It's just kind of there because, like I said, it was kind of an accident. But yeah, I appreciate it, Rob. And it's cool that you support us and, as one of the founding fathers, I guess you could say. And, hopefully one day we can get you back in here doing something. But, who knows what the future is going to hold. And, I've always wanted to and still want to have a veteran presence. Somebody who's been in the military. I think that would be a huge part of 217 Recovery. And, that was supposed to be you, and it still can be you. But, Jamie was like, oh, I want to do this and that. And I don't know what Jamie's doing with his life. So
it's funny you mentioned that. Sorry to interrupt you, dude. But, well, no, go ahead with what you were saying. I'll jump in afterwards.
Well, I was just going to finish with, I just realized that I can't force anything, that I just got to let it play out like it's supposed to. Like let God take care of it, and it'll happen how it's supposed to, But I really would like somebody with veteran knowledge and presence and problems, that people can relate to. Because I think the more people we can relate to, the more people we touch, the more people we reach, the more people we help. So.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the truth too, man. More people that can relate in some way with what's being said in their life. It's really it touches their ear, and they're like, oh wow, and then they want to be a part of things, and they realize that, hey, I'm not alone, and that's the biggest thing is this feeling of isolation. It's a real killer, and reaching out and trying to be part of something greater, which is what you're doing, and with 217 is really a big step in the right direction as far as trying to give back, and reaching the veteran public. Absolutely, I'm for it because I don't know if this would be racist by saying this or not, because holy crap, where are the lines that they're so blurred?
Well, you just cut out, so maybe it might have been racist. Jesus stepped in. What were you saying, Rob?
I said 22 veterans a day commit suicide. And I wanted to start something along the lines of Veterans Lives Matter, but I would probably name it something else, because that would be taken, God only knows how, as, who knows, racist or whatever. But fact of the matter is, 22 veterans, regardless of skin color, are committing suicide every day, are dying by their own hands, and this touches everyone, and that's why I like it so much, because it's all veterans, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, whatever. This incorporates everyone, and it's not a platform or a movement to separate or divide people even further. And that's one thing that the military rids anyone of, if they have a problem with it, is prejudice or racist crap. They don't deal with it. They never have. In their eyes, everybody is worthless until they build you back up. So that's where the military thing and everything. My brothers, it didn't matter what the hell the color of your skin was, man. They were all my brothers, and that's why it's one of the hardest things that I've had to try to come to terms with, from going to a military mindset back to civilian, is just the way that I would see people treat one another, and how race is just such a big thing with everybody. Because, like I said, in the military, it wasn't. Everybody was with and for everybody. You may have had disagreements, but you iron that shit out, So anyway, going back to, the whole veteran thing, I talked to Jamie probably about 4 or 5 days ago. And I've got a friend that I went to high school with that's a filmmaker. And he's talking about incorporating veterans that he knows, testing them in a movie, and potentially going up to the Petoskey area sometime this summer and shooting some scenes. So if that's in the cards, I'll give you a plug, and you can give him a plug, and hey, that's how the whole thing works, great for everyone. Mm-hmm. And Jamie, I got to talk to him, and he seems to be doing all right. He's Jamie. He's a jarhead. So, and I say that as a term of endearment.
Yeah, you guys always had little spats in treatment. They're fun though. They were fun. But Rob, do you know anyone who lives in Chester, United Kingdom?
I don't know why.
Well, Guinevere, since we started our little chat, I don't know, you said that you were talking with somebody overseas or something, your friend, and I don't know, I just thought, because somebody from Chester, New England jumped on our website, because I get like a notification every time someone does, and it gets kind of, it's nice, but I got to turn it off, because there's way too many people going to our website, and it's just like bling, 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 all the time, and like I said, it's cool, but it's like, okay, that's enough,
Yeah, no. Did you say Chester, New England, or England?
No, sorry. Chester, United Kingdom is where they're from.
United Kingdom. Are you sure it's not Manchester?
Positive. That's what it says. New
Oh,
visitor.
well,